Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm here with Father outside Stamford Bridge. Father, pleasure to see you again, mate.
Yeah.
You're rocking the bucket hat, the new training kit. Is that the new training kit?
Yeah,
It's a lovely kit. Yeah, mate. Decent result against a decent side. I think a lot of people will be able to take negatives from the fact that we haven't won, but if you watch the game, you can see that there's so many positive things to come this season.
Absolutely. And the performance were much better compared to last season. And I feel like the build-up from that pre-season form, I think it's kind of justified on what happens on the pitch right now. And I do feel a bit disappointed the way that we have a slow start in the first half, in my opinion. I thought the tempo was not there was like something wrong with the tempo in that regards. But I do love kind of like we hang on in there, just be patient and then get that equaliser. But apart from that, I think the way that we play, I think we're screaming out that number 6. You know, I do think we do. That number 6, that Enzo alongside Caicedo or maybe Lavia.
You don't think Gallagher did a good job?
I do think Gallagher did a good job. I thought it was good today, but I feel like the way that if we're going to go forward with Enzo, I thought the way that we're going to build a team is to build a team around Enzo. That's why that number 6 I feel like suited for Caicedo. At times, for me, Gallagher, sometimes there was a bit of one moment he kind of like, one moment he liked to tackle, he really tried to break the player's legs, basically. He's a bit rash at times, but at the same time, I do feel kind of understand that. For me, I don't have a hate on Gallagher, but it's just like, he's just frustrating a lot, like Sterling, in my opinion, at times.
I wasn't frustrated at all with him. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch with Enzo, and there was lots of good players, but Enzo and Gallagher for me were my two standout players. Would you say there was a different player that caught your eye?
Do you know what? Apart from the midfield, Axel Disasi was good today. Very good.
Yeah, and it was his debut. It was, mate, the debut goal.
This is his first game, isn't it?
First game at the Bridge, mate, and first game in a Chelsea shirt.
Fair play to him. And there was like a couple of moments from him. Like he kept Diaz quiet though most of the times, but he looked so good on the right alongside Malagusto. But that pairing centre back, Disasi, you got Colwell in there. That pairing is going to be the one to watch this season, and I can't wait for Disasi. I can't wait for Disasi to rock out this league this season. I think it's going to be an immense player for this team.
Mate, I think we're going to have an amazing back line, to be fair. When you look at the back line, I can't see a weak link in there. I see a great left back in Chilwell. I see a great replacement left back in Martson. Or even, well, obviously Lewis Hall's gone on loan. I don't think Cucurella really comes into the picture as a fan. Maybe Pochettino thinks differently. Then you've got, Silva, Colwell, obviously Disasi, Badiashile, Fofana's injured. You've got Reece James, Gusto as cover. I mean, they've got some great options there. I would be surprised if we conceded goals in many games because, the defence was decent last year. I think it will be even better this year to an extent.
Alex, step back for a bit. And do you know what? With Ben Chilwell, I do understand our fan base is frustrated a lot with Ben Chilwell, the way that at times, because I feel in that first half, Liverpool were targeting Ben Chilwell big time. Salah causing him so much trouble, and there was like one moment where Ben Chilwell was exposed, and then we let the cross in, and then Diaz scored that goal.
I think that's part of the risk that Pochettino's willing to take, though, to play on the front foot and to be dominant, just like Liverpool pressing.
It's a big
there was a lot of spaces behind for both teams in a sense, but probably more for Liverpool. The amount of runs that Jackson made, he's a great addition. You compare him to what we had last season. Yeah, it's a completely different role.
Completely different role for him, and hopefully he'll get his goal. I think he scored more goals soon. I could see him getting at least 15 goals this season, in my opinion. Then you got Mudryk on the left. I think he's going to score at least 8 goals this season. Then you got Sterling on the right. There's lots of attacking talent on our team, and I think with Poch's system coming in, he's going to implement that attacking style. And then with Nkunku coming back in January, it's going to be a totally different ball game. And I do feel a bit sad that Nkunku's going to miss until January, though. Get well soon for him as well. That ACL injury is not. could have been a career-ending injury for him, and hopefully to see him back in January. But yeah, Jackson, man, it's just like, again, the preseason form continues. He applies from that form and then applies it on the pitch. It's just it's rectified. Like, what is he worth? 35 million when we bought him?
Yeah,
exactly. He's gonna be the ones to watch as well. And all people keep telling at me that they were scared that because Jackson is gonna be that guy to cause some problems for the defenders for the upcoming games.
No, I think he's a bargain. You know, when you look at some of the risky signings that Man United have made and other teams, they spend a lot of money just for potential. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've done that with Jackson, but we haven't broken the bank.
No.
In the modern day market, this is a steal.
Exactly, and the fact that we not only we got Jackson, but also Nkunku as well. I feel like there's a lot of options we can play with. Let's say Nkunku comes back, we're gonna play at least with Enzo in the midfield. Maybe if Caicedo or Lavia coming in, which I think the deal was almost done anyway. I think Enzo going to be coming with Caicedo in the pivot, and then you could have at least the front three of Mudryk and then Nkunku, possibly Madueke on the right, and then you can have Jackson up front. I'd like to see that partnership big time because I think those front four can cause so much trouble in this league if we have a prime healthy squad.
He reminds me of Timo Werner, just the runs that he makes, and I think he's going to have a great connection with the fans as well. Just to finish off, we'll talk about Sanchez. Me personally, I was watching the warm-up. Looked really shaky in the warm-up, mate. I put it on the Twitter page, and people were saying that I should shut up, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying he's going to have a bad game. I'm just saying he had a bad warm-up. And he had his moments in the game. I mean, I have to say, first of all, big congratulations. I mean, he was catching a couple of crosses. We never saw Kepa do that at all his whole time at Chelsea, practically. What's your take on Sanchez at Chelsea, and do you think he's capable of being our number one? Or does he need competition?
I think he's going to be number one, but if let's say if Sanchez get injured, then it's going to be our number two, because at the moment people keep saying, oh, let's buy Maignan. Now the problem is that if we buy Maignan, there's two number one goalkeepers, because what happens is if we buy Maignan, one of them is not going to be happy on the bench. So that's why we need some second goalkeeper string, like maybe a backup goalkeeper, maybe like loaning Keylor Navas, whatnot. Why not, innit?
Why would Keylor Navas come to us? He literally went to Nottingham Forest to get minutes.
The thing is, for me, I think is the reason why Keylor Navas will come to our team is that, plus, he's what, 36 at least, 35?
He's getting on, but he's still a top keeper.
He's a top keeper still, but at the end of the day, you do want that kind of experience on the bench as well. But at the moment, Sanchez is the number one goalie. But if we do give him some sort of a competition, like Keylor Navas, in my opinion, or maybe Mamardashvili, or maybe a Bono from Sevilla, then this Robert Sanchez could be the ones that facing that competition, and I do feel it's going to be a headache selection for Pochettino.